A snowboarder survived an avalanche and caught the heart-racing experience on video. Less than a minute after curving down the slope of backcountry Colorado, a snowboarder was swapped up in an avalanche. Maurich Corbin was snowboarding on January 8 at number 9 Peak near Loveland Pass in Summit County. When he turned around to see snow coming for him, he said, "I was in awe of how big it was, and very thankful that I was arrived honestly or not buried, not fatally injured." Kelvin told CNN, "The magnitude of it was definitely enough to bury you, mangle you, or possibly kill you. It was very intense." Not only did the 25-year-old Denver man survive, but Kervin managed to escape free of injury. He captured the adrenaline pumping experience on video around 1 p.m. Avalanches are unpredictable and dangerous, and not every story has a good ending like Kervin's did. Over the last 10 winters, an average of 27 people have died in avalanches each season in the United States, according to the Colorado Avalanche Information Center, CAIC. There are 23 avalanche deaths in the United States last year. The CAIC is the main archive of avalanche deaths across the U.S., it says it its website. Shooting cracks formed like spider webs in the snow. Carvin said he realized something was wrong when he saw shooting cracks below him. The snow is breaking into blocks, essentially, and it looks like shooting cracks or spider webs in front of you in the snow. As it like breaks apart, he said. As the snow started to drag him under, Corbin said he used his backpack fitted with the airbag to keep him on top of the snow. Air whooshed, sounding like a lot of air pressure being released all at once, as heard in the video. Snow hurtled at him and around him as he tumbled around 10 feet. I dropped my ass and my camera that was in my backhand and pulled my airbag, which helped me float above the snow, Colvin said. I was able to get my feet above the snow after going off a small cliff and able to float on top of the snow until I came to a stop. Once he came to a stop, the world was still moving around me. He said it was very surreal in the moment. I'm good, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good, I'm clean, I'm safe, I'm safe. Kervin said in the video once he was at rest. Kervin, a cryptocurrency investor and amateur snowboarder, said he knew the conditions made for the risky run, but he said he spent time checking on snow conditions as he and the buddy hiked 2 miles to the peak. They felt the confidence to make their run. As anybody who has ever been caught in the avalanche might say, we thought that we were in the clear, and so we decided that it was a go. And it clearly wasn't, he said. Kervin called 911 and learned the search and rescue operation had already started, he said. 90% of avalanches are caused by humans. 2 people are caught in avalanche that day, and both are triggered by humans. CAIC Director Ethan Green told CNN. Curbing starts one of them, he said. About 90% of the accidents that we have are where somebody dies or somebody in their party triggers the avalanche, rather than a natural avalanche that hits somebody, he said. It's pretty common for a human to trigger an avalanche. So far this year, Colorado has had an above average amount of avalanches, Green said. CAIC has recorded 259 avalanches in Colorado so far this year, as of Saturday evening, Green said. In Colorado, we record around 4,000 avalanches a year. Getting almost 300 in a couple week period is a lot, but not unusual, he said. Because of the snowpack this year, we've seen more human-triggered avalanches than usual. Green said it's easy to trigger an avalanche, but it's possible to avoid the area that may be dangerous. It just takes some training and planning. What I want to tell people is what they should do is check the forecast before they go into the backcount, so they can make a plan for a day that is appropriate for the conditions, he said. Getting a little bit of training can also save their life. Green encouraged people to check avalanche.org for conditions in their area. He also said to carry the right equipment. An avalanche rescue transcaver, prop pole, and shovel, in case we get into a bad situation. After the snow goes through in the avalanche, it gets very hard, almost like concrete. He said, "We're not going to be able to dig yourself out. The snow is so hard, we're going to need somebody else's help." 3 skiers lost their lives to avalanches the weekends before Christmas during an especially dangerous period in Colorado's popular backcountry, officials said. Kelvin, who has been skiing since he was 4 or 5 years old, suggested going with a partner or group of people whenever we're skiing. He hopes that people see what happened in his video and get the proper education, gear, and people to go with before they go out into the backcountry, he said. Backcountry, he said. I'm not going to condone anybody trying to go do what I did. That's my own personal choice, he said. Be safe in the backcountry and understand the risky assessment and where you stand.